color values when color goes from light to dark or dark to light. Just like in math class, it's how much or how little of something you have when it comes to value. With color, it's how much color or how little color you have, or light or dark. The difference between these two pictures is the pumpkin on the right uses color value by having a shadow at the bottom and a highlight at the top. The one on the left is just plain orange with some lines in it. We are also going to draw some texture lines in our pumpkin project. You can do it on black paper or white paper, whatever works best. With the black paper, or if you're using dark blue or violet, that's great. We're going to use chalk pastels. If you have oil pastels, that works. If you're on the white paper, you can use colored pencils, crayons, paint, anything that works for your pumpkins. To start it, you want to figure out where you're going to place these pumpkins to make them look 3D. Starting with the stem and how that might look. I'm going to have two curved lines, and I'm starting my first pumpkin off to the side. Then I'm going to make it look like a bird's foot with some zigzag lines. You can add a letter V's back here too. Then for my pumpkin part, I'm going to start with a big, almost oval. I'm going to keep adding more layers to it, or more bumps to my pumpkin as I go around it. So there's one. Maybe I have another one up here. It's not as big. Start with that big oval. So it looks like an eggplant. And I start to add the bumps. Maybe this next one goes off of the page. Down here. Might see the bottom of one up here. I have a little one. Right in the middle. Okay, kind of looks incomplete. So what I want to do is extend, I have all this empty space. I want to extend the vines. So this one, I kind of draw it together. So you do both at the same time. If this is going to curve and loop around, this side's going to curve and loop around. I'm going to have this come up and go behind that first vine. Comes up, it would continue on this side. I'm just going to have it go right off the page. You can add leaves to them and whatever else you'd like. My stem over here, I'm going to have it go behind that first one and kind of disappear. And maybe it starts again on this side of that pumpkin. I have this guy loop. Remember, drawing both at the same time. Oop. Yeah, actually have it loop the other way too. And then go off the page. And this one, I'm just going to have it go right off the page. Now I feel like I'm missing stuff right in this space and then down here. So I'm just going to have a vine sort of come in and loop and fill in that empty space. I can add leaves to it. And just a little guy over here. Okay, so most of my paper is filled. I don't want it to look too busy. If you're using chalk pastels, you can stay for this next part, but if you're going to use color pencils or anything else like that, you can skip ahead. Chalk pastels, again, if you don't have the black paper or chalk pastels, you can use it on a white paper, have watercolor, color pencils, anything like that. But to start, and if I want my pumpkin to appear 3D, I'm going to first add color. My orange, kind of fill it in. Not a lot of it, because we're going to be mixing other colors with it to really make it appear 3D. So I blend that. But this is just starting to look like a big orange blob. So in order to make it appear more real, I'm going to get a lighter shade, add some light to the top where I think the light would be hitting it. And it all comes down to kind of playing with the colors in your palette. I'm going to add some yellow by that. And then a darker orange or kind of a brown for more of a shading on the bottom. And then where each of those bumps are. So when I blend it, it's starting to appear more 3D because I'm showing where the light is hitting my pumpkin. I always do my pumpkin before my stem because that way I can, if the orange gets onto my stem, I can just go back over it. There's that dark orange once again, and then I'm going to get kind of a dark brown. Blend it once more. If I feel like it's not orange enough, I can go back over and add more orange to the piece. And I'm even going to go in and add a little bit of black. Just be careful with it because black sucks up a lot of color. I have it around all those little spikes. So I really want to focus on adding the shadow and all that shading. Again, if it's too dark, I can go back in with my regular orange. And I think up here it needs to be a little lighter. I think I'm pretty ready for my stem. I went out of the lines a little bit down here, so you can just use an eraser and fix that if it got a little crazy. For my stem, I probably want to focus on orange and browns. Get my little loop-to-loop. But that doesn't look that real, so I'm going to add some green. Oops. I'm going to add my light color again, kind of lightish brown. I'm not going to go up here because if this vine's on top of the other part of it, you're going to see a shadow. So what I need is my black pastel one more time. If I can find it. There it is. Really little. Add some black. This will be a shadow down here, be a shadow up here, and continue. I don't want to blend this a lot because I want you to see all those different colors I used. And then to show that this is lighter, and there's my vine. If you added leaves, you can add some color there. If I just color them in plain green, it might look a little boring. I can add some lighter green. I can add my light color once again. Maybe a little bit of shadow on this side. Get a new finger because I'm running out. And just blend all of that together. All right, so you'll finish the rest of the paper with whatever you chose to use to color. I cannot wait to see them when they're done.